this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Superior Spider-Man issue 6 AU. So this is a tie-in. Issue 6 actually I think came out last week, but this is .1 Age of Ultron tie-in. So issue 7 will come out this week, but it's again like the .1 stuff, it's just a second type of issue. But before I start talking about Superior Spider-Man, I have a little update. I have a couple of comic book reviews on DarkAvengerINC, which are Ultimate Comics Wolverine issue 2, Scarlet Spider issue 15, Fantastic Four issue 5 AU, another AU tie-in, Aquaman issue 18, and Young Avengers issue 3. So if you want to go check out those reviews, just go to DarkAvengerINC. There'll be a link in the description below, so you go check out those reviews. But let's talk about Superior Spider-Man issue 6 AU. Let's talk about the cover. I actually really like this cover. Really good art, the whole doomsday type of thing in the background. Really enjoyed this cover, but let's see if I like the story. So in this issue, we do have an Age of Ultron setting, and it's Dr. Octopus. This is very surprising because a lot of the Age of Ultron issues, especially issue 1 and issue 2, it seemed like Peter Parker. It didn't seem like Dr. Octopus. It seemed like another universe, which is very confusing, which I mentioned in my Fantastic Four issue review. It's really confusing exactly where this takes place, and I'm still very confused of how, with last issue, New York is fine, and now the next issue, it's not, but it's not an alternate universe, they say. So that's very confusing. So we can see Peter, he's trying to, or Dr. Octopus, he's trying to save the world and try to get the negative, what is it, the negative verse machine. I want to see what exactly it's called, but that's what he's trying to get. He fails. He's like, oh, you know, I should fail, I'm Dr. Octopus, and he fails. He's like, you know what, the one thing I've learned is that I should be a team player, because that's how Peter Parker did well. And that's what this whole issue is about. Honestly, I thought it was a really solid issue. The story still confuses me. If you don't take it as, where is this taking place? Like I said in my Fantastic Four review, if you say, alright, where's this in the timeline, you know, it's a good issue. I'm still totally confused. I'm going to wait until the end of Age of Ultron and really judge it, but really I'm like, where is this coming from? It's like Marvel Universe is all over the place. They're really, really all over the place, especially with Age of Ultron now. It's just really messed up. Especially if this is supposed to be an event during the time. It's like, how is one place perfect? And then how's the next issue going to be perfect in New York City? I don't know. I really don't. They should have just made this a different universe and somehow connected it. I think it is supposed to be a different universe, but why are you tying in? You're just trying to make money? I mean, obviously they're trying to make money, but I just think it's really out there with these tie-ins. I'm like, one issue you don't have this and another. Like AVX, it made sense. Everything was going on with AVX. Like with those series, AVX was going on, you know. You're like, this happened in AVX, you know, and it affected all the other stories. And now with this, it's like, how does this affect anything? And that's the question. That's something I'm really worried about with this series. It's going to mess up Marvel even more, maybe. With their whole thing. You know, with the New 52 with DC, they kind of fixed all of that. And now with Marvel, they're just still kind of all over the place with their stories, especially with Age of Ultron. But let's talk more about this issue without that problem. I think, yeah, Christos Gage, he does a really good job with telling Peter's story and showing Dr. Octopus he's still that villain, but he's trying to be good, and that's what I expected this series to be. It has more of that element in this issue. Has more of like, no, it's like, I'm not totally evil, I'm not totally Dr. Octopus, I'm kind of Peter also. It's like he still has those tendencies that we've been seeing, but it's also in a good way. He's like, I'm worried about Aunt May. He's like, oh, I can't think about that, oh, those losers. He doesn't do that. He's like, I'm worried about Aunt May, I'm worried about MJ. And then he says like sometimes, oh, these idiots, but it's not as often, you know. It's like you feel a little bit more Peter, and I guess that's more understandable than why we felt Peter in Age of Ultron, because we weren't seeing his inner dialogue. I think if you read this without his inner dialogue, you would feel, maybe this does feel like Peter. In which I think they did a good job with that, because I was very worried with that. And the art is really good with this issue. I really enjoyed that. So I have to say, I really enjoy this issue as a Superior Spider-Man issue and an Age of Ultron issue. If you don't worry exactly where this falls, I'm going to worry about that after Age of Ultron happens. I'll see where this goes. Right now, I'm not going to think about it, but if Age of Ultron ends and I still don't understand where this all took place, then I'll get upset. Right now, I'm not going to get upset. I'm going to be like, alright, we'll see where this is going, and then we'll see next issue. Will there be no broken New York City, probably, which is very confusing. I'll have to see that. I'm going to try to control myself. But I'm going to give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think Gage did a really good job in telling Dr. Octopus's story and his characterization. It was really good. I think it really what I wanted with Superior Spider-Man. So good tie-in. I think you should pick it up for Age of Ultron if you've been enjoying it. And hope you guys enjoyed this Comic Uno. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the rest of situations. And I'll see you guys later. And as I pick this up, I give it 4 stars. Bye.